even know we're talking.
Are you gonna start, baby? We're live.
Where's the countdown?
We're live. Do you see live going? Guys, I promise you, it's been a day. It has been a day, and he's just sitting up there. You want to start?
Because I was waiting for my countdown.
Well, you should have been on time today.
I was here.
5, 4, 3, 2, boo, go.
They don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. So go.
You just told them.
You just gonna sit up here and keep talking to me?
Because they need to see this. They need to see the real.
What, the real of how you act?
Can you please bring our guests in so I can? I'll introduce them. Just please bring my.
You're gonna bring our guests in, but you didn't want to address anybody who's already here.
And shout out to everybody that's here.
Guys, I promise you, it be a lot. It be a lot that happens.
I am in dire need of a cigar. I'm in dire need of a cigar right now. I do have some bourbon, so okay. Well, you know.
Can you intro?
This is different today.
You're not gonna intro our guests.
Hold on. No, listen. So first and foremost, thank you for taking some time out your busy schedule to spend some time with us. We greatly appreciate that. This is Love and Business
on
Lock podcast. It's Friday. It's the weekend. So if you are here, then that means you care a little bit.
And it's the first episode of the year.
Yes.
This is the first episode of the year.
Right. So we have a lot to talk about. What
a week has it been?
Before we talk about our distinguished guest, I want to make sure that you're okay. You're good?
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm sitting next to you. Whenever I'm with you, I am perfect.
That sounds so fun.
It was.
That sounds so fun.
I meant it from my heart.
So, all right. So, Jake, the franchise, Jake Claxton, and Dr. Cassandra Vaughn. And
why do you always call me by my government?
Because that's your name.
But I don't call you by your government.
That's what Alfred named you.
Oh, okay.
But we gotta get we gotta get to our guests.
Please.
So I'm gonna allow you guys to introduce yourself today on Love and Business on Lock podcast, because you see we are everywhere today, and I apologize. So you have the floor, ladies.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Thank you all for allowing us to come on.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing to be here, and we understand about busy days. So
that's for sure.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Today. Yeah, no problem. I get it. And it's been a crazy week, right? It's just
oh my gosh. You know what? It's interesting that we talk about the week, okay? Because we were having a conversation 45 minutes ago. And I don't even know what sparked the conversation or how we even started talking about Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said to Jay, I was like, we've been really in this space of manifestation,
mm-hmm.
and how you speak what you want, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why anybody's really upset with Trump, because if you think about it, he manifested what he said. He said he was going to make America great again. So he's cost the Republicans the election, the House and the Senate, and he turned Georgia blue. He made America great. He didn't say how. He didn't say when.
Right?
He said, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Why y'all mad?
Yeah, and when she said that to me, I was like, "Damn, that's a great point." Like I didn't even think about it from that perspective. I just know that what's going on right now is it's really they have to admit what's going on in this climate in this country. How they were able to terrorize federal buildings, and basically the cops were taking selfies with these terrorists.
Right.
And during our marches, it's people dying, people getting locked up. It's all that type of energy. So we were talking about that, and when she said Trump really made America great again, and when she said that, I said, damn, that was a great perspective.
Yeah,
it really
I'm a little smart.
It was a great perspective. Question, like, how did you guys feel when you saw what was actually going on? Because
you guys are in DC or close on the outskirts of DC. So
we're right outside.
Yeah. So I'll just say, hey, y'all. I'm Trinace, and this is Greg.
Gregory Richardson.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here, guys.
Richardson.
And
The
so,
Richardson.
yeah, so good to be here. It was just a lot. I think it was a
Yeah.
lot, and I think I've heard you say, in addition to everything you all said, we shouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
It didn't surprise me at all, truth be told.
Right.
I mean, this president has made it crystal clear where he stands.
Yes.
I mean, he has shown himself since day one. So his behavior, as egregious as it is, he's consistent.
Right.
Exactly.
He's been consistent since day one.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's no shock. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I say this all the time. It's easy for me to deal with someone as long as they are consistent. If you're going to be,
You gotta manage them.
if you're going to act like a jackass, that's cool as long as you consistently act like one. If you're really a great person, just be consistent. And you're right, Greg, you're right. He really has been consistent on his thoughts, his viewpoints, and how he moves, with being the leader of the free world. You know.
I think go ahead. I'm sorry.
Interesting enough, I had said when he lost, I said something. He's going to do something. Okay. I don't know what it is, and I still feel as though that this was just the beginning. We have 12 days. This is just the beginning of his insanity. And what for me, it just proved what I've said all along. We live in two separate Americas. We live in white America and we live in everybody else.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think what I'm surprised by, if anything, is that people around him, they're waiting until the 11th hour, the 12th hour, literally right now, before they're doing something, before they're resigning, before they're denouncing, before they're, getting off of the wagon. And it just goes to show that people were in it for opportunity's sake. Right. And now that the opportunity has sunk, now they're going to stand up in the hopes of, I guess, saving themselves. It's just really sad to see that not only was he consistent, but he took a lot of people down with him, and they didn't do it involuntarily. They went along with it for the ride. So. And
the biggest tragedy in all of this is 5 people who are deceased, who are dead right now as a result of lack of leadership.
Yeah,
exactly.
So this is exactly what no leadership looks like.
For me, I guess it is very sad. Everything that we've spoke about is sad. But what I don't understand is, if for no other reason, right? Mm-hmm. Because of course today we found out that he was impeached again. Mm-hmm. 2 impeachments, 1 presidency, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. His Twitter has permanently been suspended, but I don't understand how you can incite a riot, create murder, and you're still sitting in the White House, in the people's house. Like, why are you not? I believe that if it was Obama, he would have been in jail.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If
that was Black Lives Matter down at the Capitol,
it would have been a mass murder.
It would have been a manslaughter, right?
Exactly.
It would have been bodies all over the place.
Wouldn't have made it past the Capitol grounds.
Exactly. And as a person who traveled in and out of the Capitol constantly for years, I'm still trying to figure out how they got in.
Yeah.
They were let in.
Well, yeah, that too.
They were let in. I mean, they were let in. Like I said, they were taking selfies with these terrorists. They were taking selfies.
If by no other reason, the fact that someone decided there was not enough of a need to have the regular, not even just extra, but the regular level of security that is normally there and present for protests, for others. And so somebody made that passive decision and decided to not have that high level of security. And that in and of itself led to what we saw, in addition to, whatever else happened on the grounds at the time.
Right. Let me ask you this. So the name of the podcast is Love and Business on Lock. So I wanted to ask you guys, what does that actually mean for the Richardsons? What does love, business on lock mean for you guys? Love, business, how you all make it come together.
You thought I was about to get on my soapbox and start talking about politics? So you just got to that's what just happened?
No.
You got to admit, though, that was a smooth transition, though.
Yeah,
you
no.
I
want to make sure.
You felt it. You felt it, didn't you?
Somebody needs to hear what they have to say.
I agree.
Somebody needs to hear that, because couples are going through what they're going through. COVID, they're spending more time together. That's either a plus or a negative. What I mean? It's either positive or negative. And if it's negative, let's find out how we can make it a positive.
I'll save my soapbox for the end of the podcast because I have a lot more.
Okay. So, like I said, how do you guys make love and business on lock actually work in the household, in the Richardson household?
Well, I'll start. So I definitely would say you have to be intentional. We're really intentional with maximizing our time, our energy, and our effort, being strategic, not just in business, but being strategic in our marriage, in our relationship, right? Oftentimes people say that marriage is work or relationships are work. But just imagine if you were doing work that you love doing, right? Now, this work or job is kind of fun if you're operating in your sweet spot, if you're doing what you're designed to be doing and created to be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So we just really trying to be intentional and diligent with maximizing our time, being strategic, and trying to meet each other's needs. It's, and as you guys know, it's work. It's work. But at the end of the day, it can be fun work, right?
And that's a good way to look at it. Because I always say that every relationship is a business relationship.
So you said everything is business.
Everything is everything is business. I mean, how you deal with your significant other, your kids, who you do business with, your parents, family. If somebody's bad for business, we don't need to do business anymore. And that's family.
That's true.
That's business. That's personal. That's all
true.
Things included.
That's really good, Jay, because if you think about it, when it comes to business or relationship, you have to have goals. You have to have, objectives, vision, mission. You got to have
everything that you need in a business.
You need in a business.
Everything you need in a business.
You need in a relationship. And I would just add to what Greg said about love and business on lock. For me, I think what has worked for us is the fact that we integrate rather than compartmentalize those two, right? So instead of business over here, like I know how his day is going business-wise. We are very involved in business with each other, instead of, us compartmentalizing and he does his thing over here and I do my thing. It's very similar to what it looks like you all are working together in a lot of different ways, and you meld them. It helps us to do that because not only do we see it as goals and visions as a couple and see it as business, but we're also friends. So we get to do business together as friends. Like we like each other. We don't we love each other always. We don't always he gets on nerves and I get on his nerves.
Amen.
He never gets on my nerves, Jay.
Right.
No, I get it.
I never get on your nerves. He just said never get on your nerves. I never get on your nerves, right?
Greg, she gets on my nerves. What I'm never gonna do is lie to you guys. I'm never, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest, right? So in full disclosure.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is when we travel back and forth from Atlanta to check on our family.
You better not.
In Baltimore.
You better not.
Right? We fly. When we fly, perfect. No issues, no nothing. Right?
No.
Let me finish.
What you're about to say is not to be
we
true.
Can't talk at the same time.
You're not telling the truth.
So look,
you're not telling the truth.
But all right. I don't know what it is about that.
That was only this last car ride.
Maybe it's me.
It
very well.
But it was only this last car ride. But full disclosure, it was because
that car ride sometimes.
It was we've only had 2 bad car rides. And like, I want you to be honest with it, because you did something earlier today and I told you that you have to stop doing. I went to say something and you automatically thought that I was going to say something negative. Right. And I'm like, why do you always put negativity on me? Don't do that. Right. I don't put negativity on you. But full disclosure, we've only had 2 bad car rides.
Yeah.
And the reason, both times was his fault. This last time was his fault.
20 hours.
This last time,
that's 10, 11
the last time,
10, 11 up.
The last time, the car ride down was fine. The last time,
I ain't say nothing.
The last time, stop.
You don't want me to touch you?
No, because you won't let me finish. Going back up north was not a great ride because he threw something on me. Then we got in the car and we came home when I thought I was going to get one day where me and my best friend, the love of my life, could spend time together. And instead, because
how great I am. Go ahead.
Instead, because he had already in his mind decided differently, I felt like he took my freedom from me and was like, no, we're going home now. And I'm like, I just want to spend time with you. Like, when we get back home, it's the hustle and the bustle of family. And Trinice, I'm sure that you feel this way sometimes with Greg. Sometimes I just need time with him.
Yeah.
You know, and because I've been longing for that and we haven't had that in a minute, like, it becomes challenging in a relationship because I'm like, hey, you have got to carve out some time. You carve out for everybody else. I need this. Yeah. And if I'm not getting it, I'll be cool for a minute. But then all of a sudden, all hullabaloo will break out. The Scorpio woman comes out and I'm just done.
Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And look, Jay, you were so patient. You let her get that.
I let her go. Because you know what I've noticed, and even when we would go, sometimes if we just talking business or we're good or we're bad, a lot of times we tend to talk over each other. And if we do that, we can't hear each other. So we've been really trying to do a better job at letting each other get the full thought out. Get the full thought out, say what you need to say, and I'll answer or rebuttal once you're done. Because we got to think, we both can't talk at the same time.
Right. It's something worth considering, Jay, right? That has been advantageous for us.
I was about to say
I mean, we're going on 22 years, and this was something that we've done. If necessary, you may need to have a pen and pad, right? So, because you know how you can be conversing with someone and they say something and you want to address it right on the spot.
Right, you want to, right.
You don't want to cut them off. So just take notes, right? And give them the opportunity to say everything in the totality that they want to say. So that when it's your time, you got a reference point of everything you want to address.
And and this is so important because like we learned this through a counseling session, right? That it was a tool that we could use. And I'm sure at some point in our marriage, I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. And I was right, all right, I gotta let you finish. I'm gonna write down with an attitude, but it becomes a habit practice that now he can remind me, I'm talking, you interrupted me. Right. And now it's just so often that we've done it that I'll naturally be, just hold on for a second and let him get it all out. Because at the end of the day, what you just said, Dr. Cassidy, was the idea that you were hurt and you were vulnerable more than you were angry. It comes out as anger, but you're really just hurt and vulnerable and in need of some company, some attention and that kind of thing. So for him to be able to hear that from you without all the anger, it may come after we get through, okay, don't interrupt me. Let me get it all out. And maybe it won't be so escalated and heated. That's something we've learned from each other.
And what we also learned, right, for us, I don't know about for you guys, but for us specifically, if we're conversing and talking and she trying to keep interjecting or overtalk me, now I can't even address the problem at hand.
Right.
Because hold up, why are you trying to so we can't even address the issue?
Yep.
Because you're trying to overtalk me.
Yeah. So now I'm like, can we get back to what we was talking about? No, because now you loud. Now, so I don't know if Dr. Cass said I'm loud when I'm happy. I'm loud when I'm upset. I'm loud when I'm laughing. I'm just a passionate person. That's how I see it. It's passion.
Passion is good.
So you know what, Trinice, you are Jay and I'm Greg.
Oh.
Because I'll be trying to get my point out and he'll start, and I'm like, let me get my point out. And you cannot assume what I'm going to say. You really have to hear me, because and then it'll happen that once he hears me, he's like, oh dang, my bad. That's not you know.
Well, I do apologize.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I do apologize. I am, a man enough. For me, it's about being accountable. So accountability helps a lot. I mean, just think about some relationships that you guys have, and if somebody was just accountable, regardless of if it didn't go the way it was planned.
That's his word, boy.
If somebody was just accountable, you guys could have moved on and continue to do business or whatever the relationship was. But because this person wasn't, or these folks weren't accountable, it's like, I can't do any business with you. You won't even be man enough, woman enough to say, hey, look, I messed up. I goofed that one up. How can we make it better?
You and Greg know each other from another life, because that's his thing, boy. Accountability. Like, if you just take responsibility and accountability for it, that's big for you. Yeah.
And we okay. But that's a real that's a trait of just, I feel like, stand-up individuals. I can't say stand-up men, but stand-up individuals, men, women, it doesn't matter. It's just that will make problems so much easier. Almost if we did something wrong to you guys, if we're at least accountable and apologize, you're like, we good. You can't even really be mad at that point. At that point.
Yeah. And I think about in relationships, like, forgiveness comes along with that accountability. Like, I can acknowledge what I've done. It makes it easier for him to forgive me. It makes it easier for trust and all those things. It's the opposite of pride, really. It's us, willing to be humble enough and vulnerable enough. Like, how many of us have not felt safe in our relationships? Like, we feel like we in a relationship with, the enemy or something, when we're supposed to be on the same team. And so we have to see each other as being on the same team in order.
Business partners.
Yeah. I love that.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, and full disclosure, we kind of going through something similar to that, where I just gotta have her back on that. I gotta have her back on a situation, and some folks were really close to us, and I always try to be the politician and try to make sure everybody's good and see, I'm the politically correct guy. I should really run for mayor or something. I should run for mayor. But that's I'm gonna give you that.
Oh my God.
But I gotta have her back on a lot of subjects. But if she's wrong, I gotta be able to tell her as well. Hey, you know what? You're wrong on this one. And what I can say is she does receive it well. She'll call me, hey, or if we're not together, hey, I did this, and what do you think?
Oh, I want to do this. It's usually I want to do this.
Right.
It's not like the other day it was I did this because you had stuff happening. So I just needed to make up.
So she called and said what happened, and I couldn't fault her. I couldn't fault her. I couldn't. It was nothing I could say. So what I love about our conversation now is I feel like you guys are really giving gems to whoever, the folks online now,
and
the people that will watch the recording of this. I mean, you guys are really dropping gems. I never thought about. I keep a pad with me. I keep plenty of pencils and pens with me. Take a lot of notes, and I never thought about writing a note down and while we're having a conversation, regardless of in person or over the phone, because a lot of times as well, you kind of forget. You gotta forget if she says something and she's going on and she's about 5 minutes long, and it's like, damn, I want to hop in because you said something. I got something to say about that.
Yeah,
I can't say anything. Hey, we can't talk at the same time. We get 5 minutes down the line, and I forgot my point. I had a real good point. I had a valid point, but it's gone because I forgot, and I let you finish.
Yep.
And that can be so frustrating, right?
Right.
So now when the conversation concludes, you're not really satisfied emotionally.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have that peace,
Right.
I can share with you, Jay. I'm at a point, man, where I'm living my life where I'm trying to do these 3 R's: being responsible, reasonable, and right.
Okay.
Knowing right from wrong, just simply doing the right thing.
Right.
Is it responsible and is it reasonable?
Right.
And what I find is if I can check all 3 boxes, is reasonable, is right, and responsible, what I know is I'm going to land on my feet almost 100% of the time.
Wow.
You know what, man? We need to have y'all on once a month.
Right, like once a month.
We would love that.
The Richardson.
Right.
Have you
guys on once a month.
I was sitting here thinking about something, a conversation that I had with one of my girlfriends. No, I don't know if I had the conversation with her. No, I jumped on one of my girlfriend's live. And we've been talking about living intentionally, and she shared something on the live, and I was like, oh, I gotta tell Jay about this. So now I'm going to tell you guys this, Jim. She says that every day she sets forth to find money when she leaves her house, be it a penny, a dime, a quarter. That's what she sets forth to do,
Yes.
So in her live, I think I commented something like, that's generational wealth, because she was talking about how she's teaching her kids the same thing, right? Fast forward, get off the live with her, and we get a request to do some things. And so I think about her, and I'm still thinking about everything that she said or whatever the case may be. But one of the projects that we need to do, I'm like, her son knows how to do this.
Wow.
So just in our conversation, if you spin back around, me dealing with her and her intentionally setting out to bring money in and find money, she found money for her child that she didn't even know.
Good.
Had a need.
Oh, that's good.
You living intentionally, manifesting what you're talking about.
That is so good. That's
and
so
I'm talking about Danielle. Danny. Okay.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, that's good. This is a money magnet right here. Like literally, I don't know. He will come home literally and be like, guess how much was on this gift card that was on the street? Just like literally all the time.
But you know what? The truth is, I expect it.
Okay.
I expect it. Just a couple of weeks ago, I found $14 at the dollar store. Like when I'm walking around, I just look down. I'm just looking down because people are rushing, people are multitasking, they in and out their pockets, their phone, they put money in their back pocket, their phone, right? Stuff like this happens all the time.
And he's expecting it.
And I'm just expecting to find money. Honestly, I just expect it.
I'm like, dude,
I'm about to start thinking like that.
I have to start thinking.
Danielle and Greg are my new heroes.
Right. Because we have to start thinking like that. I write stuff down. We think intentional. I listen to really motivational audio. I'm not necessarily a reader. I don't necessarily have time to read, but I'm in the car a lot. And I never thought of it like in that perspective.
Yeah.
I expect money to come to me every day, all the time.
And you know what? That can translate to any and everything.
Right.
As it relates to, we're talking about love and business. Like in both of those areas, we've been married for 21 years plus.
And we met and got married in 90 days. So that's the concept.
Wow, okay.
We met June 24th and got married September 24th. Within 90 days of meeting.
Yeah. So we don't recommend 90 days, but that's our story. And
but it worked for you guys. Right?
Yes.
It's gonna be, you know, any relationship, it's gonna be work, period.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's 6 months, 3 months, 3 years, 6 years, 20 years. Relationships, period, are two different people who come to the table with two different perspectives, their own individual baggage, because we all have baggage.
Yep.
Right. Truth be told, we all have our own individual baggage.
Yeah.
So you bring her baggage, I bring my baggage, and then you're trying to be involved in this relationship. Relationships can be very, very challenging sometimes. Truth be told, at the same time, they can be rewarding if you commit to it.
Yeah.
You know, if you anchor yourself in and allow that time, because I think it's they can be seasonal.
Yeah.
So.
And I was just going to add the love and business part of it, and just what you intend to happen. Like there have been seasons over our 21 years where I think intention may have waned. Like I think all of us come, first of all, we come to our relationships initially bringing our representative. Like we try to look our best, be our best. We don't want to poot or fart in front of it. Like we just, you know what I'm saying? Right. We just want to be these, I want to do and be everything you need. And then the scales fall off and we're who we really are, as Greg said, with all of our baggage. And so now we got to figure out, who are you really? Who am I really? And can we really get along? And so that causes roller coaster rides. And I don't think a relationship in business or love has even stood the test of time or can be real trusted or entrusted if it has not gone through something and made it to the other side. A friendship, a business relationship, we have had some kind of issue that we were able to talk through and work through, overcome. Mm-hmm. And now I can trust that we're going to be here together for the long haul because we've been able to go through something together. I think the go through part is what a lot of us are having trouble with. We get to the go through part and we're like, I ain't dealing with this no more.
Right.
But the other side of that, is really the choice, right? Because relationships, at the end of the day, a marriage, a relationship, anything, it all boils down to a choice.
Yeah.
Am I going to choose it today?
Yeah.
So we go through trials and tribulations, and things happen, and then somebody says, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm not choosing it no more.
Because it's not a feeling all the time.
Absolutely.
You don't feel it all the time.
Absolutely.
you won't feel it in the car.
You know what? I really want to. We're talking to you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm watching you. I am stuck to the screen.
Wow.
Looking at you guys.
Wow.
And you guys are dropping so many jewels. You're giving us, you're giving anybody who is watching or going to watch so much food right now.
Wow.
I mean, the plate that you're serving, the food that you're serving is absolutely amazing. And I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
You're good.
But I just needed to tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, you are really, really serving up an incredible meal right now. A lot of food for thought. And
that's really true, because I was sitting there thinking,
food for thought. I mean,
I was sitting there thinking, I want to ask them this, I want to ask them that, but I don't want them to stop.
Right.
Because what you're giving.
Okay, so we'll be quiet.
Ask us some questions.
Right. It's like, I want to ask you this, I want to ask you that, but I don't want to stop you because like, I want to know about your business. I want to know what you guys do in business. I want to hear more about, Trinice singing for this person and that person. I want to hear about Greg's mentorship and things of that nature. I want to hear about all that. Yeah. However, right this second, I am loving everything that you're giving me because
20 years.
20 years, that's a lot.
In relationships nowadays don't last 20 years. That's that old school, old school where grandparents, aunts, uncles stay locked in. You don't see that anymore. Because there's so many different variables now. I mean, social media is just so many different outlets and, so many options. People are always looking for the next best thing. So 20 years, whatever you guys are saying right now, somebody needs to listen. And even if it's just one couple, one person, it's you guys are on one. I want to cuss bad, but I'm not going to cuss. But
yo, Jay, what you want to do?
You're really giving that.
Please don't get him started with cursing.
But I'll be very transparent with you. So first of all, that was very kind for what you guys just shared. That was very thoughtful and kind and considerate. So thank you so much. We're at a point in our lives where we are really trying to operate out of our divine purpose. We're trying to do exactly that which we were created and purposed to do. Right. And so because we're trying to really be diligent and intentional to operate out of our purpose, we really just want to feed people as well as get fed. Right. That's our heart's desire. Right. Because iron sharpens iron every day of the week.
That is his saying. I mean,
really?
Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel.
Saying. That's why I was like.
And, we have family actually here that can hear this right now, and I've had that same conversation with my family. We have to be each other's keepers. I'm far from perfect, and I've made a bunch of mistakes. What I do know is I'm a lot further up the ladder than where I was.
It's all about growth.
It's mentally
right. It's about evolution, and like we all have to evolve. We've evolved in our relationship, and I can say this. No, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But what makes us perfect together is that flaws and all, I love you and you love me. We see past that because we know that we're not perfect, but you make me a better person. And I hope as well, I make you a better person. It's kind of like, to go back to what Greg was saying, last year, I don't know, we're in this weird space where we know exactly what we want, call it weird or not. So I shared with Jay the beginning of the year, on the first day, I was like, Jay, I was thinking about something. He was like, what? I was like, so last year, everybody talks about 2020 being a bad year. It was not bad for us at all. Okay. What I say is that 2020 was the year of vision. Exactly what it was. God gave us clear vision. So cleared our pathway. He showed us everything we needed that we needed to take from out of our lives. He showed us, and he allowed us to align ourselves and release the baggage that we had kept, no matter how long we kept it. And for this year, 2021, now that we've had our clear vision and we've done our alignment and we're releasing, and we're still releasing the little stuff. He's allowing us to manifest all of our heart's desires.
That's beautiful.
And because we are intentionally living in God's will and not our own will, and we're allowing him to help us on this journey, I feel like so many things have happened. In the first week, if like the first 7 days, think about it, of 2021, how many opportunities just was like, whoop, whoop.
Right. A lot. And almost to the point that when we spoke to we spoke to her mentor maybe like a day or two ago, and she's saying, hey, you probably just need to focus on one, finish that project, get to the next one, instead of trying to bounce 7 projects all at the same time. A lot of things have been put on our plate, and it's just like she said, it's intentional. I mean, I wrote goals down the other day, And a lot of those goals, I see are starting to already come to
wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. His thing is about vision and making sure that this has been a really good year for us, and it doesn't take anything away from the hurt and the loss that other people have experienced. I've been there for friends and distant family members who have had experienced loss this year. But for us, it's brought our family closer together. It's allowed us to spend more time together. We've sat and eaten dinner together more often than not than previous years. So it's been good for us. But something you said, Jay, earlier really resonated with me, because you were talking about just how you've poured into family, and we were talking about something else. And just that history is so important in relationships, because I know what you were saying. You were saying just with us having been married for 20 years, that's like old school stuff that we would experience, grandparents and older generations. Greg comes from a family where his parents were married for over 40 years. Right. My mother was married twice, and at some point I just really wanted to make sure, just because she wants all of us as parents want more for our children than we've experienced. And so for me, she's always just tried to equip me with, the tools for a successful relationship. And I just wanted to last longer than I'd seen in my family. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's a whole lot in relationships in my family that divorce is prevalent and all of that. So he had a different experience coming to the table than I did. So his go through was different than mine. His was like, we're gonna work through this. And I didn't have as much of that as an example. So I think we have to even consider what we bring into the table when it comes to what we've seen as examples before. So I'm grateful to God that we're still here at 20 years and we're able to share any nuggets or lessons learned. It's not because we haven't been through or haven't, made mistakes. It's really out of experience that we're able to share.
Right. And it's funny because both of our parents, our sets of parents are still together.
Wow.
My mom and dad are still together. Talk to my dad a whole lot. I help my mother a whole lot. And, Cassandra talks to her dad 90 times a day. I thought that I talked to my father a lot. She talks to her dad a whole lot. And her dad, I noticed he really loves the fact that his daughter is so strong. Mm-hmm. He knows it. He knows it. And I can tell by the conversations that they have that he knows it. And the way Cassandra moves, you can tell that there was a strong man in her life.
Wow.
So, example, if we sit down for dinner, we're not eating until I bless the food.
Yeah.
Listen, she could bless it. She's probably she's a PK, she's a preacher's kid, so she's more religious than I am. But I know when I'll go to church and I'm not emotional and fighting back tears because I'm just a man. I'm not supposed to cry, right? But I know that she could do it. But she's like, "Hey, bless the food.
Wow.
You lead. You handle this. You
handle authority.
Even if she is pissed off, she ain't going to say it until we are amongst just us. It's not going to be in public.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in public. It's not going to be.
That's wise.
That's very wise.
Yeah, not at all. Like, I could be really angry, but you won't know it.
And I'm pretty sure I make angry on a regular basis. I'm pretty good at that.
You won't know it, but I just, everybody's business is nobody's business. And I don't want our business to, be out there. And there's certain things that I was just taught that you have a public life and a private life.
That's right.
And we do really well, making sure that it is what it is. It's enough distractions in the world without us adding something to it. However, what I will say is part of it is my parents have been married 55 years, 55 plus years actually. And there were just certain things that my dad taught me about how a man is supposed to treat me. Wow. And all of those things is how he treats me, Yeah. So, I mean, of course I'm going to act a certain way. Now, I like to share this nugget. The other thing is, and we didn't know this recently, is I really have it good because my dad is the pastor that christened him. So my dad prayed over this man. So I know
that is really cool.
We found that out. We found that out, recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, I'm good.
Let me ask both you, Jay and Greg, this, if it's okay to ask, because I'm following you guys and know, a bit of your story, Dr. Cassay, and you got Doc in front of your name. I have Doc in front of my name. As men who are strong men, who are integral men, how are you able to handle, because I'm sure some dudes out here need help with that, being with a strong woman. You just talked about it, and I guess and I know the same is true for my husband. So how do you handle that?
So for me, how you operate doesn't define my manhood or my masculinity.
That's good.
See, the way I get down is the way I get down, period.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. So my wife got her master's from Howard University. She got a PhD from George Washington University, right? She's very established in a lot of different ways. None of that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I'm a strong dude, period.
Period. Yeah.
That's just my get down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
at the same time, he celebrates me and finds ways to brag on me. You mentioned, the Netflix Voices of Fire special that I've been able to sing on and all that. He's all like, literally, we can't go anywhere. And he like, baby, sing for him. Just sing for him a little bit.
Right.
Sing for him a little bit. But so he's secure enough to celebrate me, which is why I wanted y'all to talk a little bit about that. Because
she's the brains. I always say that, and sometimes she gets mad at me because I say that. And I was at a point in my career where I felt like I hit the ceiling. I knew I was really good at what at my craft, but I felt like why haven't I reached these certain points? I'm a good guy. I do my best to treat everybody the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespectful. I respect everybody, and I treat people the way that I want to be treated. And I'm pretty good. I'm an upstanding man, great father, great friend.
You're humble too.
Well, listen, I feel like we should be.
You know what? This is
our biggest cheerleader. Our biggest cheerleader. But long story short, I knew that I was at a place where I needed some help, and I was man enough to try to find somebody to help me get to that point. And that's where she came into play. And once she came into play, I mean, just watching, to be honest, I can't even keep up with half of the stuff that she comes up with. Like, her brain will just go. And all right, listen, I got this idea, and we need to do this, and we need to do. God damn it, you handle it. You know what I mean? You handle it. I mean, but it is just she goes, and I don't have a problem with telling anybody. This is the reason why it works. I have separated friendships and people that and business relationships with folks because I did not respect or like how they may have thought about Cassandra. I am, whatever it is, I'm a realist. If she is wrong,
right,
you're wrong. Like, you're wrong. I don't care what you say. You're out of pocket. You shouldn't do it. I will tell her.
Right.
Not in front of anybody, but I'll tell.
Yeah.
And I've lost a lot of relationships. Well, not lost, but it was just, it was just time for those relationships to they were done. You know, not everything lasts forever. Nothing, you know. So it was just time.
Yeah.
But I celebrate that. I need you, excuse my language, to be the shit.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
need you to be the shit, because it makes sense.
You, like he's forever.
Be that.
That is good.
Are you done?
No, I need you to be that.
But hey, Jay, you know what? I add to that. I honestly believe, man. I think when men, specifically Black men, when we reconcile that, you know what, I just want to be better and do better, right? And then when we hook up with a good woman, I honestly believe when we hook up with a good woman that we get better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So,
Yes.
so
Right.
I absolutely agree with that.
Of course you
With
do.
of course
I'm
I
playing,
did. With us, what you guys may not know is that we did not start off as love. We started off as business. And he fought the love.
I'm not saying nothing. Let me
fought the love.
Let me sip my basil. Well, I'm sorry. I wanted to say what I'm sipping because they ain't cut a check.
They ain't cut no check.
They ain't cut a check. Right.
He fought the love, even though he told me he loved me first.
Wow.
Right? But he fought the love until he couldn't fight any longer. But what I will say is that I believe that he cheers me on more than I cheer myself on, because I've had conversations with people who will be like, yeah, because Jay said you can do this, or Jay, let me tell you what happened a week ago today. And then we got to get to our games, because I can't believe it's been 50 minutes.
Wow.
It's been 50 minutes, guys. But I'm going to tell you.
So before you go, we would like, I'm going to speak for both of us on this one. We would like to have you guys back.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there's certain stuff that we didn't even get to because our conversation just, naturally just flowed how it flowed. And then certain stuff, we really want to talk about your business. We want to celebrate.
Yeah, we want to talk about
we want to celebrate your business.
Yeah.
So you guys are dropping so many gems and serving this great plate of food. We want to have you back.
We would love
to and celebrate what you guys, what you guys do is, Black excellence.
Can I finish my story?
Yes, because I gotta go back.
Okay, but did you have to say that to everybody?
Well, I think authenticity. I think authenticity works.
Be quiet. So let me tell you what happened. A week ago today, we're walking into a building. He's getting ready to perform, and a guy stops me, and he was like, "I want you to build me an e-commerce website." I'm like, "Oh, what?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so, he's really going in about how I need to do this for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to actually say to Jay, "Why does this man think I can do this? What did you say to him?" So Jay looks at me and is like, "Oh, I don't know what I said." Why does this man think I can do this? I will figure it out.
Yeah. He believes in you. He calls you a genius, girl. He believes in you. That's amazing.
And he will often say, I'll joke and say, "Who's the smartest woman you know?" He'd be like, "You are," but I mean, So I want to do my game so that you can run real quick.
So before you do the game, I just want to say this. So before you do the game, because it's important for me to say this, just like I really believe that women help bring out the best in men, I think it goes the other way as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure that spirit, that tone, that way of thinking is reciprocal.
Yeah. And before the game, I just wanted to add to that the way that you described you all's relationship is reciprocal it's the same thing with us, but I would even say it's more so Greg is the one who's like the idea man. Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? And you should be doing this and you should be doing that. So it's good to have somebody and acknowledge that in your corner. So yeah, we ready.
Greg, when is your birthday?
In a couple of weeks, January 20th.
Okay. Not inauguration, isn't it? Inauguration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every 4 years I have a birthday
party. No, that's right. I always ask that question because we're born a day apart.
Wow.
I know.
That's amazing.
So, okay.
She wanted to be like me.
I'm a year older than you.
She wanted to be
I'm
like
a year
me.
older than you. You wanted to be like me.
Okay, listen. I need you to do the game.
So you go to that room.
I'm gonna excuse myself, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Go use the bathroom, man.
Pray for me, please. Please pray for me.
Y'all
So,
have-
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, right?
Okay.
And when I ask the question, the first one I want you to answer until you cannot answer. Okay. And since he had to use the restroom, we will answer it as well once he comes back.
Okay.
So my first question is, without you, I. So in other words, please, I'm gonna go ahead and answer how I would answer for Jay.
Okay.
My answer is, without you, I wouldn't feel whole. Without you, I wouldn't know what to do. Without you, some days I would be cold. Without you, I would not have the motivation that I necessarily need. Without you, I wouldn't know how to complete certain things that need to get done.
Ooh, that's good.
That was a book right there.
Yes, you're dropping the juice. I like this game, girl. Okay, you ready?
And you gotta look at each other.
Okay, all right. We don't have a problem doing that. I just gotta think. So without you, I would not be as motivated to move forward as I am. Yeah.
Wasn't that sweet?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So without you, there would be no me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Woo.
Okay. You trying to shut the game down early.
Hey, you right in time, baby. Come on over. You right in time. You have to answer. They both answer without you. So without me, Jay, you gotta come over here. No, that's unfair. Because I haven't had anything. Come on. Unfair. Let's go. Without me. Come on, sit down. Without me, what? Without me.
Without you, there's no me.
Wow. Did he hear us?
No, he didn't.
No.
He was upstairs.
Wow. That was cool.
And then you try to, I feel like she was trying to catch me anyway. Like, now, what you want to say? What you going to say?
He said,
and that's how she give me. That's the energy she give me, right?
No, you guys just mirrored each other.
No, you know what? And I was thinking as I ran to handle my handle. I really
do love him. I do.
I really sit, in person and come see you guys, or come do dinner or whatever.
Yeah, we would love that.
Have an actual meal.
Yeah.
I got to do my last question so that you can ask yours, so that we can finish in 2 minutes. Ready? So my next question is.
Thanks for coming on.
I know.
We got you though, Jay. Anytime.
My next question is, because of you, I have been able to, and then finish the sentence. Because of you, I have been able to become a better person.
Because of you, I've been able to really be man enough to take some chances and some jumps that I normally wouldn't take. I'm a guy who will jump out the window with no parachute, but I'm loyal to a fault, and I was able to find out some folks that was around that I would have took bullets for wasn't as loyal to me as I was to them.
That's good, y'all. So I like this one. Because of you, I am the best version of myself, and I am stronger than I've ever been, and I have experienced unconditional love because of you.
Nice.
I like this game, baby. I like this game.
He's showing off tonight.
Wow.
So because of you, I have been able to love completely freely. Just to love you completely freely.
Yeah. I have experienced that.
Wow.
And she came up with this game.
I like it.
She right to the love and the why. Me, I'm kind of, hey, let's have some fun.
You sending people up to their bedrooms after this thing.
That's her. Right. That is
I
her.
be trying this Friday night. I mean, I just
what else would we be doing?
what's yours?
What? I just said mine.
Oh, baby, you're 6 man on the.
I was like, I just said mine.
We finished our games. We on you.
So what I will do today is top 5 TV shows.
I like that.
What is your top 5 TV shows? And if you have an extra, you can take a 6 man or 6 woman off the bench.
We're basketball people,
right? So
okay. And these are TV shows, not movies, because
TV
shows. Because please do not do your movies, please. If I see these movies one more time,
okay. Now I want to hear his movies.
Lord have mercy. Okay, TV shows. You got them.
So for me,
we have to do it together or separate.
No, separate.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
So for me, definitely Sanford and Son is one.
That's us.
Hold on. You said what?
He said Sanford. That is us.
My top TV show ever of all time.
That's us.
Wow.
Definitely Sanford and Son.
Top TV show of all time.
We watch it every day still.
For sure. Martin.
Okay.
Good Times.
That's 3.
So you go ahead and let me think about the other 2.
Okay, so I'm kind of stealing from his list. So can I do that? Is that okay?
It's your list. It's your list.
It's my list. Okay, so and I'm not doing them in order right now. I'm the game catching me off guard, but Good Times definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out here. Big Bang Theory. We are real. I like Big Bang Theory. Just the witty humor of it. I really like.
It's dry.
Yeah. But
it's funny because the producers of Big Bang Theory produce one of my shows in my top 5 or at least top 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. Really?
So and I'll tell you that later. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
No. You're good. Yeah, I like Big Bang Theory. I'm a nerd at heart, so I love that kind of stuff. Right. So just the dry kind of witty humor, I really like. I do love Sanford and Son. I really do. I gotta steal that. You know what? It's not old, so I'm taking from what's out right now. But I really like Law and Order. I like those kind of shows where there's some lawyer, mystery type thing, who done it, that type of thing. Did you have any others you thought of?
So I named 3. Another one would definitely be Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
that worked.
Okay. We had that in common. Yeah. I knew that.
I was thinking more old school, because most of the TV now is just crap.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Are we trying for y'all? Because y'all. This is.
I'll give you mine.
Yeah, please.
Sanford and Son #1.
Okay.
Cosby Show #2.
Okay.
Still nothing like Heathcliff, Huxtable, and Claire Huxtable.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Jay, because I was a little nervous. It came to my head.
Excellent. That is fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talked about HBCUs, all that.
Most of us decided to go to HBCUs because of
the Cosby Show. Absolutely.
See, I didn't go to college, so I did one semester and was. This is not for me. This is not for me. But Sanford and Son, Cosby Show. Please do not judge me on this next show, because as a kid, I had no clue.
Okay.
Dukes of Hazzard.
I had no clue.
I knew where he was going.
I didn't know what the flag meant.
We're gonna have to do this.
I mean, like real talk. I know how old you are.
Okay.
If
you're talking about, for real, like I love that show too.
Me too. Me too.
And for real, I have a Challenger.
He does.
Wow.
They don't have a Confederate flag when they do it.
No, and it's not orange at all. It's not orange. It needs a wash. It's dirty black right now. It needs a wash. But, I thought that Chappelle's show was so before its time.
Oh man, yeah.
It's funny because it's a meme going around now saying Clayton Bigsby was at the Capitol.
Yeah.
They raided the Capitol recently.
Yeah.
They placed him right in the picture.
Yeah. I'm really trying right now, Jay, to honor Dave's wishes and not watch it on the shows that is, but because it's come back, I'm like, man, I really want to watch it. I totally agree with you.
Right.
Yep.
It was way before its time. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And my 6-man off the bench are actually old shows. Three's Company, I love.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Jack Tripper and Chrissy.
And I thought I was Janet.
Janet was incredible. And I thought Janet was actually sexy in her
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
Janet was the
right.
ish.
She was the one.
Yeah,
she was the one. She was the one.
Because I didn't give you all of mine, like Facts of Life, you bring to mind right now.
Right.
And A Different World was the spinoff for I got a couple in there. Yeah.
And to
different
your point,
strokes.
To your point of Big Bang Theory.
Right.
2.5 Men was an amazing show to me.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got to tell you guys this because I don't think he knows this. I used to love 2.5 Men until the first time I spent the night. I woke up to, we must have fell asleep watching it. So the song going over men. Oh, now I'm like,
that's a good one.
But Charlie played that role so well because I felt like he was playing himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was beach house in Malibu. It was a nice car. He smoked cigars. I smoke cigars. He drinks. I like alcohol.
You have a nice car.
Yeah, it just made he played himself, so it was easy.
Not a womanizer.
It was funny too. I mean, it was super funny.
Yeah,
I'm not. And you know what? Full disclosure, I was.
Yeah.
I was, and that was a growth. That was a growth. I was.
That was funny.
But
My fifth one is What's Happening.
Oh yes. Yes.
Wayne rerunning Raj.
Yes.
Hey.
D was snitch.
D was my favorite though.
Yeah, that was good.
So guys, I have to tell you this. I'm gonna we absolutely love you guys. Like I feel like we've known forever. I actually met Trinice because of Monique Davis.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mo Baby, right? She was like, "Oh my God, this great couple, you have to meet them." So that's.
I love Mo. I got a standing thing with Mo. I hug her on purpose because I know she doesn't like it.
Yes, I do the same thing, Jay.
Give me a damn hug.
So me and Mo are close because we have the same OCD issues.
Yeah.
Like we compare it, we'll talk about all of the germs. Before COVID, we talked about how you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. So, but shout out to Monique Davis, Carrie. But I cannot believe that not only has it been an hour, it's been an hour and 10 minutes.
I believe it. We've been talking.
So the producer in her is pointing at the time like,
wrap it up, baby.
Yeah.
But it's hard to wrap up when
it's just great.
When it's really good.
Yeah.
And it's really authentic.
Yeah.
So part 2 next week?
Whenever you ready, we ready.
So Cassandra's schedule, because I'm terrible with
you would never schedule anything.
I'm terrible. So
that would never happen.
But we're here to celebrate excellence. And we will never ever ask you anything that we wouldn't want you guys to ask us.
That's beautiful.
We aren't here to do any clickbait interviews, and I say this to my guests because that means something to me.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get a soundbite for IG or Twitter. That's not, I believe in celebrating, celebrating us. So thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
Your weekend to, to be on the podcast and to spend it with us. And before I close out, I need you guys to talk about anything you have going on, how they can follow you, whatever you guys have going on. This is your opportunity to talk about it right now. This is your shameless plug.
Yeah, thank you for that. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So, as Trinace Richardson Enterprises, I'm a speaker. I sing, I write, and so you can find me at TrinaceRichardson.com. I mentor women leaders. Just because a lot of what we've talked about at the top of the hour in 10 minutes, that we're always looking for authentic, vulnerable, empathetic leaders. And women, I think, have the potential to do that really well. And so I mentor women leaders in a community called Leading with Soul. We have a cohort every year. And so we just started a cohort for 2021. And our biggest community, which I love, we've been doing it since 2013, is Real Women Rock. We create safe spaces for women to do personal development work on themselves. So every month we have a sister circle. We literally start developing sister circles across the country and abroad. But of course, COVID shut a whole lot of stuff down. We do things differently. Right. So we have monthly sister circles virtually. Our very next one is Saturday, January 23rd at 11 a.m. All of it is on our website at realwomenrock.org.
Okay.
So, yep. And then we're doing a whole lot together this year. 2021 is bringing about some wonderful things. And so you want to talk about real relationships?
So we just started doing real relationships.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing that once a month. It's going to be virtually. So I do more consulting for MTN Group. I can be reached at mtngroup@consultant.com and specialize in branding and marketing. And I do Real Men also, same thing. Because of the pandemic, everything's been shifted a little bit, but the whole premise behind Real Men is personal and professional leadership development for men, being intentional with being better and getting to the next level on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look, thank you so much, Trinace, Greg. Thank you so much.
Yeah, real pleasure, man.
This was really a pleasure for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was a pleasure for you guys as well.
Absolutely.
But it definitely was a pleasure for us. I mean, you guys serve so much food, and we are grateful and thankful. And Cassandra's going to get together with you guys so we can figure out another time.
Part two.
We want to do part two.
Ready when you are. Yep.
Part two.
And what I would ask Jay, check out our first episode of Real Relationships.
2 of them. Yep.
I was actually on there. I watched.
Were you?
Oh, nice. Okay.
I know. I will. I definitely will.
So I'm curious to get your feedback and see what you think about that 3-piece.
Right. No. I definitely will. I'm gonna see, and I definitely will. And what I do want to say too, before everybody goes, please make sure that everything that you do is intentional. Make sure everything is all positive energy. Please protect your circle, your inner peace. It all needs to be positive. And there has to be some kind of, it has to be some worth in the relationship. It can't be, you're the only person bringing anything to the relationship. Right. So, but, I think folks need to really watch their relationships and see, if these relationships that they have are worth it. You pick up the 5, you pick up the traits of the 5 closest people to you. So please make sure you pay attention to that and watch that. And thank you guys so much, Richardson's. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Looking forward to coming back.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. You guys don't go anywhere though. I need you. We need you guys.
We're here.
Love and Business on Lock podcast. Jay Claxton, Cassandra Vaughn. Thank you with the Richardsons.
Thank you.
Peace.